Sup YouTube, I'm here with another vid for you guys, and I'm here to talk about a theory that I've been looking around for and kind of formulating on Yachiru Unohana. We all know Retsu is probably, I'm not sure whether Retsu is really her first name or not, because I think it translates to like violence or something, but either way, Yachiru Unohana is the way Shunsui addresses her as, so we're gonna go by that. I'll just call her Unohana just for the heck of it. Just keep it as just Unohana for now. Alright, so there's a bunch of theories going on, and I'm here to kind of give my feedback on it, and kind of give a list of some of the theories I've been hearing, and kind of formulate on them as to why it's possible. Of course, this is a theory video, so it's obviously not all facts, you know. Some of them, none of these theories I list might even be true, but this is basically a theory I'm developed that kind of went up with, kind of to kind of put together Unohana's past, because if you think about it, she's one of those Bleach characters that is actually very, very mysterious. We really knew nothing about her until this new chapter that we actually realized her vital role in this arc, and that's what Kubo is doing. And so let's start. So the following image you see Captain Unohana? No. First Kenpachi Yachiru Unohana, right? Kenpachi, as we know, is given to the title, is a title given to the strongest Shinigami, right? We knew that from before when we learned about Kenpachi, and this is exactly the same thing for Unohana. So she's the first Kenpachi. So there was no other Kenpachi before her. She's the very, very, very first one. Huge surprise. But here's the thing. So taking the art that Kubo kind of put into this, she looks very, very cold-hearted. I can't tell whether her hair is braided or not. I believe it's said that when her hair is unbraided, that's when she fights, but I'm not really sure. I can't really see it properly, whether it's braided or unbraided. Either way, she looks cold-hearted as hell in that picture. And might I add, it could be that she's starting to reveal her true self. I mean, she does have healing powers, but I kind of thinking that she has a more violent nature to her, because I don't know, first Kenpachi being the strongest Shinigami, I can't really see her being the kind of nice type. She probably was kind of berserk, if you will, in her youth. It's a possibility. But before I go on to the first theory, let's look at some more panels of some important stuff that we can go over. In this panel, we see that Isane is saying, yes, I'm sorry, you know, I'm so stupid. Captain Unohana definitely wanted to save everybody. And again, we see the art with Unohana looking very depressed, and it's like, you must not talk based on your feelings. It's so easy to get anxious and leave this place. However, usually you're not so superficial that you need me to explain why we must not do that. So obviously her healing role is vital in society. She's one of the top healers, if not the top healer, currently in the Gote 13. Of course not including Kirinji, because he's in the Royal Guard, but she's the top healer there. That's probably why Yamamoto wanted her to stay in the barracks. Or is it? So we're gonna kind of formulate on that. Now here's another panel. It's been a long time, Unohana. How are you? Are you using the healing techniques I taught you properly? And then she responds with naturally. Really, it looks to me like a good deal of people died this time though. How come? Again, she's looking cold again in this panel. I have a feeling Kubo's starting to slowly unravel her inner kind of personality, her hidden persona, if you will. Again, now I'm going to go back into the story a bit and refer to what Juhabok says. The 13 divisions were founded. They were only called divisions, and they were bloodthirsty killers. And basically, Yamamoto guided them, blah blah blah. Basically, they were cruel as hell. That's basically what Juhabok said in that panel. Now, and then he said, after exterminating the Quincy's, that changed and became more peaceful, if you will. And so this is an important panel, and I'll get back to this again later. So let's change the panel here. Now, here's one that I've been thinking. Let's look at this. My scars became a cross, and everyone called me Jijisai. Basically, we know that what do you call it? Chojiro is the reason why he has his second scar on his forehead. So these are basically just important panels I kind of gathered up. And finally, the last one that I think a lot of people noticed, kind of showing Unohana's vital role. This panel right here. I'm sure you understand too. You are not to make him recover completely. What you're meant to do now is not healing. You understand, right? Retsu in quotations. Now, with all these panels I've showed, I'll now break into the theories and kind of speculate. Alright, so the first theory is that, well, these theories are going to kind of connect to each other, so I'm not sure whether you consider them multiple theories, but let's just call them one big theory if you want. But there are different kind of plots I'm going to go with. So the first theory I'm thinking about is that Unohana was possibly exactly like Kenpachi is right now. Don't get me wrong, Kenpachi's a bloodthirsty killer, we know that. He's berserk, blah blah, he enjoys combat, but I'm thinking that Unohana was at least similar to him in some way. Kenpachi has mind loss. We don't know how the hell that happened. It could connect back to Unohana, it could connect back to Yamamoto, I don't know. Now, let's recall that in the previous panels, she's been seen as very, well, from the newest panel, we can see that she's indeed looking cold-hearted in that last panel when Shunsui calls her in, probably revealing her true nature. Now, this whole thing, she could have been like Kenpachi. It's pretty possible because she was the first Kenpachi, the strongest Shinigami. I would think she would have killed multiple people, multiple Quincy's, I don't know, but multiple opponents, if you will. It's possible she could have a very berserk inner persona that when she fights, she won't be able to determine who's friend or foe. And that's only because she's caught up in heated battle and she's very cold-hearted. Again, we've seen her when she's calm. Shunsui Ukitake, you don't want to mess with her. You know, she has that starry glare, and there's probably a reason for that. She possibly could have been, heck, she could have possibly been part of Yamamoto's so-called divisions when they were very, very violent. I'm not quite sure, but if that would work with the time. But if she wasn't there, I could see that because she looks really cold-hearted in the new panel, and it's possible that she could have been similarly like Kenpachi. Now here's the thing. We know her Shikai Minazuki could be used for healing. I can't remember whether it's been seen used in combat in a filler or something, but based on like manga, I think it was only shown with like what do you call it? Healing, when it swallows them and spits them out, healing. I feel like it would make sense if Unohana was kind of like Kenpachi first. Zaraki Kenpachi, of course, is who I'm referring to. When he was like, he did say he admired Unohana. Now we don't know why, but if Kenpachi really enjoys the heated battle, it could be a reason why he admires Yachiru Unohana, because she could have had a similar mindset like him back in the past, and he could relate to that and admire off that she's caught up in the heated battle, that she's a killer. I don't know. Again, this is only theories. But it is a possibility. Keep that in mind, because she is supposed to be a specialist at Kendo, which is what Yamamoto taught Kenpachi, if you do not recall. Now, tying into this theory of her being berserk, you could think that either Korinji, Yamamoto, or even both of them had a significant impact on her changes. I'm saying this because of her loyalty to Yamamoto. She seems to be ridiculously loyal to Yamamoto at all times. Even in the previous panel, she did not leave her barracks. She responded to the last order Yamamoto gave him, to stay in her division and do not fight. I don't know why, and it's been in the previous chapters as well, like really, really far back, that Yamamoto has to continuously remind her that her role is a healer, nothing more, a healer. I'm not sure if there's a meaning behind this, but it could be that she, again, could be very berserk if she actually decides to fight. She might not be calm and collected. She might be the complete opposite of that. And again, turn on comrades, possibly, or something like that. So I'm thinking Yamamoto's kind of like her savior, or if not, like a guidance to kind of help her calm down and kind of, you know, cope with the situation and control herself. And that's probably how she could have turned to healing. Now, you can connect Korinji into this. Maybe it wasn't Yamamoto. Maybe it was Korinji who was the one who kind of inspired her to heal. Possibly she was like Kenpachi, and then when Korinji kind of taught her, well, let's think. Maybe Yamamoto, no, this is a better one. Maybe Yamamoto, think about it. Maybe Yamamoto discovered that she could change her ways, and through changing her ways, she could have gained her Shikai then. Now I'm saying if she was like Kenpachi, if anything, we know he doesn't have his Zanpakuto's name. Maybe Unohana was similar in the past and did not reveal her Zanpakuto name before, and she only revealed her Shikai possibly when Yamamoto kind of guided her into the better path, if you will. Not a violent path, but more of a healing path. And maybe she awakened her Shikai and it turned out it was a healing thing. And maybe that could have connected to Korinji because he could heal. And so he's like, oh, you can heal? Well, that's great. Maybe I could teach you the ways of healing because your Zanpakuto is meant for it. Maybe you're not a violent killer. Maybe you could heal. And again, you can tie that back into the last portion. She's a good healer, alright, but as Korinji states in one of the chapters, what you should be doing now is not healing. I'm pretty sure he's referring to fighting because he probably knows Unohana's actual fighting prowess. She is the first Kenpachi, which, again, strongest Shinigami, a title given to the strongest Shinigami. Probably, I'm not sure whether that means physical strength or like overall, but I'm guessing it could be physical strength. I don't know. Anyhow, another theory. She could have changed her ways from the death of a loved one or acquaintance. How would I put this? If she killed someone who was important to her, or if she killed a comrade who was important to her, it could kind of tie into why she changed her ways. Maybe it was a friend of hers, who knows? It could have led to changing her ways. Either way, I'm thinking that she has a very, very, very powerful past connection to Yamamoto. I mean, Korinji could possibly be in there because he was the one who taught her healing abilities, but I think in particular Yamamoto was her strongest influence in the past. And now, I'm going to go back to another panel. Take in the crosses on Yamamoto's forehead. He has two. We don't know who the first one is. This could possibly be Unohana, if we speculate that she is like Kenpachi, where he is a violent killer. She could possibly be so cold-hearted that she just kill her opponents without remorse, you know, bloodthirsty, I don't know. And in the process, Yamamoto tried to calm her down. She slashed him in the head, or slightly, well, not slashed him in the head, slightly cut him in the head, but he dodged slightly, I don't know. But it's possible that he could have gained that from Unohana, and maybe the reason why Kubo decided to put that flashback specifically is because he could tie that in to a Unohana flashback, which I'm pretty sure should happen. I'll actually be surprised if a Unohana flashback doesn't happen because she's so mysterious and all, and revealing she's the first Kenpachi, there just has to be a flashback put in somewhere for Unohana at this point. And I wouldn't be surprised if she was the first one to cut Yamamoto. It would make sense too, because you cut Yamamoto in the forehead, blah blah blah, he decides to take you under his wing, you decide to actually take a path of good instead of bad. You meet Korinji, who is a healer, and he teaches you healing abilities to benefit with your Shikai that you just learned. Who knows? These are all speculations, of course, but I think it's possible that any of these could possibly happen. Again, I'm not sure, maybe I'm overthinking it, maybe it's more simplistic than we think it is. Who knows? She might even have a connection to Kenpachi in some form that deals with his memory loss. I really don't know. I'm pretty sure we'll find out. So yeah, those were pretty much some kind of theories I found were pretty interesting, dealing with Unohana's past, you know, of her actually being kind of like a cold-hearted killer turning into a good person. I think the way Kubo's been portraying her in this arc is that she does have another persona. That calm and collected act is just an act. You can say she's nice now, but inside she's actually born to fight, if you will, if you want to take it like that. But yeah, again, these are speculations. I don't know, I just feel like it's really leading to her, you know, going from the path of a berserk killer. She has the stare of a killer. I'm pretty sure you can agree with me. Last panel, she looked like look at that. Like last panel, she looked like she could kick some serious ass. I mean, seriously. She looked like she can just go up to you, freaking kill you, and not give a crap. That's how her face looked like in the last panel of 520. And I don't know, that it's gonna be something special. So I'm hoping we get Unohana flashback. In my opinion, I know the Royal Guard and everything is hyped, but I'm actually more interested now in Unohana's past and how the first Kenpachi ties to her and a flashback. I don't know why. Unohana has been a big mystery. We haven't seen her really fight at all, other than filler, which she used Kido spells and a bit of sword fighting, but that's pretty much all she's shown in the fillers. But I cannot wait to hear more about Unohana. If you do have another kind of theory you want to add in, put it in the description box below. I want to hear you guys' theories. You know, maybe do you have another theory that you want to list? Another opinion? Always appreciate it. So put that in the comment section below on your thoughts of this, of my opinion, and you can even put in your input. Kind of rearrange the story a bit, you know, that kind of stuff. Like the vid, subscribe to my channel because I really love doing these Bleach talks because it's pretty fun and interacting and all that. So I would really appreciate if you subscribed and gave feedback and all that stuff, because I'll be doing the Bleach chapter reviews probably weekly, most likely. So yeah, make sure to give your input. Yeah, and I can't wait to see how this story progression is gonna go from, because we're gonna see Unohana possibly training Kenpachi and all that. So that's all I got for you guys today, and I'll see you guys later.